ब्रॉडकास्ट नहीं होगा।
हाय हाय हाय, ये रिकॉर्डिंग का लोग कितना सवाल पूछते हैं। Hello everyone, this is the sound check. In case if you are able to hear me, just put in a yes quickly in your chat box. Awesome, I've got a lot of responses. Thank you everyone. Hello everyone, welcome to eLearn Markets webinar series. I'm your host Vineet Patavri, co-founder and CEO of eLearn Markets and Stockage. It's our mission to simplify financial markets for you. And with this objective, we always try to bring the best brains in the financial markets for our participants. This special webinar on the topic intraday trading strategies that earn is also part of offerings in Stockage Club, which we have. Welcome all Stockage Club members and all other market enthusiasts who has joined us today. Welcome aboard. Today, your trainer is an exciting personality, Abhijit Paul. Abhijit is an investor, instructor, and influencer. With over 13 years of experience in the Indian financial markets, he actually has played very pivotal roles in institutions like ICICI Securities, BRIC Securities, etc. Currently, he is an entrepreneur and he is a SEBI registered research analyst and offers unparalleled service to his clients. You will find him regularly on various business media channels. Abhijit, welcome to eLearn Markets.
Thank you, Vinit, and thank you everyone for joining in.
Abhijit, we are super excited to have you on the webinar today. For listeners who might not be familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself and your fascinating story.
Vinit, you remind me of my first interview, and when I sat for my first interview, you told me, "Okay, tell me something about yourself." The only difference was it was almost 15 years back, and I had nothing to say at that point of time. And now I have lots to say, but I won't take too much of time of yours and our listeners who I'm sure very eagerly waiting to learn about techniques pertaining to intraday trading strategies. But my story is simple. I was always intrigued by the stock market. I still remember those early years when I was probably 5, 6 years old. I used to look into those small, in those days in newspapers, the quotes of stocks and their prices used to come. I was very intrigued with them, and it used to be very surprising that the next day these prices are going to change. I did my economics graduation from Calcutta University, went to Mumbai, did my MBA in financial markets. And as if it was my course that I would pursue my career in financial markets. But the thing is, in this process, I learned a lot, and I've accumulated all the knowledge that I've learned. I've been very lucky to work with few of the best brains in the industry. Extremely lucky for that. And over these last 15 years, I've gathered the knowledge, the techniques, the psychology, the approach. It's overall a process. Training has happened with me very well, and I literally enjoy a lot taking classes, training, and I would be very honest and truthful if I say this, that I have learned the maximum while actually teaching, because we need to prepare ourselves a lot when we want to teach someone anything. So teach is not a very good word. I don't use it very often, because if I say, Vinit, I'm going to teach you a lesson, it's not a very positive sentence, right? So I'm essentially sharing whatever I've gathered, and by doing that, I've realized that I've learned a lot. So here I am, as you rightly said, I am a SEBI registered research analyst, and yes, a budding entrepreneur. I've just started off my business, and the markets have been very kind. And yeah, that's it. With this, I hope that I'll do justice to you and all the people who have joined in. They are all passionate about the stock market, like you and me. All
Mhm.
that I would like to do is just pour myself out in this next 2.5 hours, and hopefully, whatever I share with them yields a lot of profit, yields a lot of confidence in them when they trade the stock market.
Sure, Abhijit. And it's always fascinating to know about your passion of stock markets. And I'm sure all our listeners today will have a lot of takeaways from today's webinar. So before I ask you to start your presentation, let me request all our listeners to follow some few basic rules to make this webinar super effective. So one rule is related to questions, right? So you can ask your questions in the question panel. You can just type in your question, and when Abhijit will have time in between the session or towards the end, he will actually answer those questions. The presentation will run for around 2.5 hours, and post that we'll have around 30 minutes of dedicated Q&A. Another thing, at the end of this presentation, Abhijit or from our side will share the link of the feedback. So we will share the link of the feedback form, and I sincerely request all of you to please fill the feedback form, because it's extremely important for us to know what you have felt about this, how much you have learned, and how do you recommend us to improve further. Because these feedbacks, each one of them, will help us in continuously improve ourselves. So please fill the feedback form when it is shared with you. So with this, I'll hand it over to Abhijit. Abhijit, all yours.
Thank you, Vinit, and welcome everyone. Um, One of the famous movies in Bollywood, if all of you would know, is that of Sholay, right? And that movie is filled with amazing lines. And one of them is, I still remember Gabbar asking, "Kitne aadmi the?" Okay. As I was waiting for Vinit to start this webinar, I was just looking at the number of attendees that's joining in, and that same line stuck to me. And I asked myself, Abhijit, kitne attendees hai? And as I say this, I see there are 230 attendees. I'm very overwhelmed. It's an awesome response. Um, Heart full of gratitude for everyone from my side that you've joined in. But one more thing, there are 230 attendees and there's going to be only one speaker. बहुत नाइंसाफी है. Well, not really. I'll do my best. What I request you to do is, in this entire process of the webinar that I will be taking few pauses. I'll explain one concept to you. I'll take a pause and I will request you to ask as many questions pertaining to the section that we just discussed. ठीक है? Please do not pour in all your questions. उससे क्या होगा? I might land up missing your questions. Obviously, आप चाहेंगे, you will want me to personally answer all your questions, right? I will do that, and just requesting you to keep your questions when I ask you to ask them. Okay. And anyways, if I miss out anything, not a problem. At the end, we will do a concentrated 30 minutes of Q&A where I'll take up all your doubts. Okay. So with this, let's get going. I've just noticed few questions that have come in. Ganesh is saying that he wants to see me. That's very nice of you. See, we do not, I've not switched on my webcam because we don't want to use the bandwidth. Just make sure that the webinar goes on really well. Good afternoon, everyone. Sanjay, and seems all right. Everything is working fine at my end. You can see my screen. This is the chart of the Nifty spot daily chart. We've got a nice sell-off over the last 4 days. This is Iris Plus software, which I will be using for demonstrating the techniques. Now, one thing I should confess, first is, this is the first time I am officially sharing my techniques and expertise on intraday techniques through a webinar. I have done that in our training programs, of which I will tell you later towards the end of this session. But such may this is the first time that I am taking a 2.5 hours webinar concentrated on intraday techniques. Why? Um, when I started my career back in 2002, 2004, because 2002 I joined Kotak Securities and then I went to Bombay, and 2005 onwards I was in the industry back again with MK Shares and stockbrokers back there in Lower Parel, Bombay. When I started my career, capital was less. I was doing a job. I always wanted to do intraday trades because quick money. मुझे लगता था कि the stock market is like a coffee vending machine. You go, you hit a button and zoom. जैसे कॉफी निकल के आता है, कुछ पैसा आ जाएगा. As I read, as I practiced, as I traded, I came across many books, many people, especially people who said that intraday में पैसा नहीं बन सकता. It said that you cannot make money trading intraday. Intraday में loss ही होता है eventually. See, when you are starting your career as a technical analyst, as a technical trader, and people around you who have far more experience than you have, and when they say something like this, आप उसको विश्वास कर लेते. You end up believing it, right? So I tried intraday with some hits and misses, 2004, 5, 6, but eventually I gave up. मुझे लगा यार डेली चार्ट्स ट्रेड करके मजा ज्यादा आ रहा है, फार मोर स्टॉप लॉस कम हिट होता है, वीकली चार्ट्स आर आल्सो बेटर, एंड इवेंचुअली आई कार्व्ड अप माय career as a research analyst, then as an AVP. I had the entire technical desk, falana, etc., etc., etc. Then how am I capable enough to take today's webinar on intraday techniques? After that, throughout the period, whenever I take sessions or I traded, I advised, but I never actually poured into intraday techniques or intraday trading for myself. Well, couple of years back, or more than couple of years back, I gave myself another try, another shot. And I thought that if you want to get a different outcome of the same process तो सेम ही है ना, पहले भी इंट्राडे कर रहा था, अभी भी इंट्राडे करने का सोच रहा हूँ, बट लास्ट में पहले जब किया था तब लॉस हुआ था, and now when I'm trying to do, I'm trying to earn some profit. So if I am looking for a different kind of an outcome, I have to do it little differently. If I do the same way which I did before, it's not going to work. So I poured myself into various other techniques, various other approaches, various other ways, and slowly I carved out my way through intraday trades. And today I can tell you, given a chance, if you give me a chance that Abhijit, you are going to trade only either intraday or positional, which one will you choose? I confess to you, today I will choose intraday. Because not only because I have found a holy grail, not because I found a very good technique. No, it's a decent technique. But the point that I'm trying to tell you is once you have opened that door, once you have the key and you've opened the door and you have tasted, you have realized, oh, okay, now I understand kahan main galat ja raha tha. Okay. So I'm sure everyone will want to know what was my biggest learning and why today I tell you that I want to continue being an intraday trader. देखिए, the biggest advantage of intraday trading is there's no overnight risk. The biggest disadvantage of intraday trading is you have to be very, very agile. You have to be very, very agile, very, very alert in the market. Opportunities come and go. You have to make the most out of it. Psychology plays a very, very big important role when it comes to intraday trading. आप एक चीज समझिए. Over here, I'm showing you the daily chart. I can change it to a weekly chart of Nifty. Let me bring in some spice. Let me go into, let's say, Tata Steel. See, trading the weekly charts, monthly charts, daily charts is relatively easier than trading the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute bar. You will know if you have done any of my programs before. I have shared this. Many of you are my erstwhile students, but those who are new to me and my approach, you will know okay, trading techniques and strategies which work really well in the higher time frames of the daily and the weekly and the monthly, when you try to implement them in the smaller time frames of the 60 minutes, 15 minutes, or the 5 minutes, they do not work that well. Is it true? Well, yes, it's true. And the logic behind that is in intraday time frames, the degree of noise or the volatility or the choppiness, जिसको हम बोलते, it's very, very high. However, that degree of volatility and choppiness is relatively lesser, quieter when you go to a higher time frame. इसीलिए that's the reason why any trading system generally performs smoother and better in a higher time frame, a daily or a weekly, than compared to a 3-minute or a 5-minute chart. So you need to be really agile, you need to be really alert, number one. Number two, when you come to intraday trades, less is more. In fact, when you come to trading, let me just write these down for you so that we can collate all these points once we are done. You know, the first point that I'm said that you need to be really alert. So if you are someone who's got a 9 to 5 job or you've got some other line of business, मैं suggest करूंगा आप intraday trades खुद ना करें, किसी और से करवाएं या ना करें. Because to do successful intraday trading, and by successful I do not mean that you will make money every day or every week, I mean consistent money every month, you need to be in front of your screen. You need to know what you're buying, where you're buying, and where you're exiting, right? So you need to have some dedication into this. Number two, that I was saying, because of the fact that there is a lot of noise in the short term time frames, when you choose this, when you decide to go into intraday trades, less is always more. मैं आपको दो टर्म्स बोलता हूं. One is impulsive and the other one is compulsive. Now this webinar is, I will be predominantly speaking in English. However, I will at times use few Hindi words because while explaining few concepts, अगर वो हिंदी वाला essence ना लाए तो वो मजा नहीं आएगा. That दाल के ऊपर जो तड़का डालते हैं ना हम लोग, that one. So the impulsive and compulsive thing, if I put it down into a Hindi word, and if you are traders, those who are traders, those who sit in front of the system and they trade, the Hindi word for this is khujli. Khujli means that you need to trade all the time, every day, something or the other you have to do. Now you tell me, forget it, you tell yourself, जब भी आपको ये खुजली हुआ, whenever you felt this compulsiveness to trade or you were impulsive to trade, क्या वो सौदा गलत गया? It's high, there's a high propensity, has a high probability that when you trade out of compulsion and impulsion, you land up making bad trades. I have done it. I know it has not worked with me. Less is more means आप कम सौदा कीजिए, अच्छा सौदा कीजिए. You trade less, but you actually trade really, really well. You trade good. You will notice, in fact, I know because I do that now. Even if you listen to any people who are there on the internet, on the YouTube or any other books, you will notice those who have done this or those who are doing it consistently, वो आपको एक चीज बताएगा, वो ये है, if you have got good returns which you are happy with intraday in the first 1 hour or 2 hours, shut the system and go out. Don't overtrade. अगर आपको मिल गया बाजार से जो बाजार आपको दे रहा है and you book some profits in the first half an hour or 1 hour, trust me, take the profits, shut the system, watch the market, don't trade further because you will get carried away. and whatever you made, there's a high chance you've given it back. I'm sure, I'm very, very sure that I'm reaching out to your heart with these sentences. Those who have traded, they have experienced exactly these same things. So less is more. How do I pick my stocks? मैं आपको बताऊंगा. How do I scan them? I will show it to you in today's webinar. And how do I keep my head calm? It is not easy to do, especially when you're sitting in front of the markets. Abhijit sir, it's not an easy thing to do. Easier said than done. करके दिखाइए, right? But over a period of time, जब आप धीरे धीरे, when you slowly bring in some changes into your approach, you will see the change in your profitability. So please, less is more, okay? Quality of the stocks at times also matters. By quality of stocks, I mean that I am a futures trader. I trade only the futures market long short. And if you do a trade in, let's say, an Eicher Motors futures, or if you do an ICICI Bank futures, there's a hell and heaven difference between these two stocks. I'm saying hell and heaven difference in terms of the stocks, not the company. Obviously, apne ko pata hai that ICICI Bank is a bank and Eicher Motors is into two-wheelers. But what I'm saying is the liquidity. For example, if I take you to the chart of Eicher Motors, you will notice that on an average, and let me quickly drop an average for you on the volumes so that we know that Eicher Motors on an average, what's the quantity traded per month. So we look at around 33,000 shares only. There's only 33,000 shares on an average that gets traded on Eicher Motors. 33,000 only. Obviously, sir, yeah, it's an expensive stock. I agree with that, but this is the quantity. However, if you compare that with ICICI Bank, it's 1.87 crores, right? The point that I'm trying to make over here is quality of stocks, or you can use another word, liquidity. मैं आपको मेरा खुद का experiences बताता हूँ. Many a times I remember very well that last year I had given a trade on Eicher Motors. The trade was good, but what happens when you buy one lot of Eicher Motors? Trades do not happen every second. एक सौदा होने के probably 5, 3, 7, 10 मिनट बाद दूसरा सौदा होता है. The liquidity is very less. Similar things you will notice with other stocks also. So please stick to liquid stocks. If you're doing intraday trades, you will want your stocks, your trade to move, right? Every second कुछ ना कुछ कहीं ना कहीं एक सौदा हो रहा है, right? It has to be a very active stock, a large number of bids and asks. It's a nice quality stocks. I have a list of around 100 stocks, around 99 or 100 stocks that I have. I have got these names looking at the volumes, number of shares traded in the futures and options market. And I generally try to focus on these 100 stocks. These around, pehle wo 90 tha, now I have taken it 10 more, I've added 10 more and मैं उसको 100 पे लेके गया. So I focus on these 100 stocks when I'm particularly doing intraday trades. Positional में आप Eicher Motors कर सकते. In cash market, you can afford to buy Eicher Motors and keep it in your portfolio. Not a problem. But when you're trading and you want that maine liya and the stock should go up within the next 5 to 15 minutes, I should be out of it. Your approach in intraday, everyone, is going to be very, very different from your approach as a passive investor. Hopefully, like, we are all Indians. There might be people who are joining in from outside India, and you may not be Indians, but I don't know each and every one of you. But I am making an assumption, आपको cricket बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझ में आता है, right? You understand cricket so well that you sit in your living room and in the stadium and you tell Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, that was not the way to bat. You got out very silly, right? We all of us understand cricket so well All of us can write a book on cricket. Trust me. और कुछ कर पाए या ना कर पाए, all of us can write a small book on the game of cricket. There's test cricket, there are test matches, there's one day, and there's T20, right? See, you will know this, and you don't need me to tell you this. The approach in T20 is very, very different from the approach in one days, and obviously very, very different from test matches. You will agree this and you will understand this. You just look at intraday trades as your T20. उसमें मजा आता है if you get it right. T20 में भी मजा आता है, right? But the approach, think from a point of view, you're the captain of your team and आप एक T20 मैच खेलने जा रहे हो. आपका टीम लाइनअप कैसा होगा? Depends on the pitch of the match, the field, etc., etc. You will choose players who are horrible test players, but they are very good T20 players. You understand my point because I've taken the example of cricket. So please, when we are talking about intraday, your approach, the same you who is a very good test match player looking at the weekly charts and monthly charts, who's got a very good passive portfolio, but if that guy wants to do good in T20, you need to understand, you need to be very, very good. Rahul Dravid was an okay T20 player, not so good, but he was a very, very good test match player. So was VVS Lakshman. So to be really good in your test matches and as good as in a T20, you understand my point, you need to be really good. इसका मतलब ये है, you need to understand क्या नहीं करना है. You need to know what not to do. Okay, less is more, quality of stocks, wait for the right opportunity, and just stick to one or two techniques. That is it. Stick to, I'll just write it down here also. Okay. Just use 1 to 2 techniques. Do not confuse yourself with many techniques, because if you use many techniques will give you many possible trades. The more the trading you do, the lesser the chances of you making money comes down. Trust me, right? If I do 3 trades in a day intraday and you do 9 trades in a day intraday, it does not mean you have a 3 times more chance of me making money. On the contrary, I don't know, मैंने ये statistically check नहीं किया है. I have not checked this statistically, but on the contrary, if you are doing 3 times the number of trades that I am doing, I think and I believe there is a chance of you end of the day losing money than me. So I will focus on only 3 trades or 2 or 1 or 4, but quality stocks. I'll be really, really alert. Plate में उतना ही लेना चाहिए जितना आप खा पाए. Okay, you go to these buffet restaurants and you might find people load up their plate because it's a wonderful spread, but they couldn't finish it. So please, we will use simple techniques, stick to simple strategies, stick to those stocks which are really good in quality, liquidity, keep focused approach, and over a period of just 1 month, 20 days if you do this, okay, 2 months, 40 days if you do this, you will see the change and you can reply back to me. Any new thing you take up in your life, in yourself, it takes around 30 to 40 days to go and sink into your subconscious mind. Say for example, many of you will be smokers, okay, and by the time your smoking became a habit and you say proudly that I am a chain smoker, it took you, you did not become a habitual smoker or a chain smoker after 1 day or 1 week. It takes some time. So this time is around 30 to 40 days. If you have ever tried going to the gym to work out, you will see the first week you will go out of motivation. Then after the first week, it will try to sink. By the time it is the second month, you're not going even 3 times a week. If you take up anything new in your life, it takes around 30 to 40 days every day in the same way. Habitually, if you do it, it sinks in, वो आपके अंदर बैठ जाता है. With these few aspects in mind, I will take you to the intraday technique and strategy. इसके दो भाग है. One, first approach is EOD. End of the day, we will look for few stocks. Those can give us a good move in tomorrow's market. EOD मतलब बाजार बंद होने के बाद, after the market has closed, we find out these stocks which may possible can give us a move the next day. The second approach is during the market hours, that is intraday. This we will be doing around 9:30 a.m. After the first 15 minutes, we will look into few stocks which may possibly have a high tendency to give us a move. Right? Now, before we move forward, any questions that you would like to ask? We will take another 8 minutes, 5-10 minutes. You might ask any questions. Okay, if I am pronouncing your name rightly, Boyla Yavanya Reddy, he's asking about psychology in trading. Please focus, please throw light on the subject. Sir, this is the most important aspect about trading. Your thought process, your thinking, the way you approach. I told you, my seniors or the people whom I met and interacted in my earlier days of my career, they said intraday trading में कोई पैसा नहीं कमा सकते. You cannot make money intraday. 99% of them fails. They never told me 100% of them fail. That means there is that 1%. And if that 1% is there, it's better be you and me who's there in that 1%. We can be in that 1%. Okay, and to be in that 1%, it's not a different technique, it's not a different software, it's not a different approach, it's a different thought process. So psychology is everything. I can keep on throwing light after light after light. You throw light onto something which is dark, sir, but I'm telling you, we need to change our thought process. When I show you these techniques today, जब मैं आपको ये techniques आज दिखाऊंगा, when I walk you through these techniques, I will personally tell you how I changed my thought process. It might help you in the psychological part, right? Nitesh, hi, good afternoon. He has done an AST20 program with me. Welcome. Recording of this course and of these webinars, we will take up these questions. The coordinators will take up these questions. I will be answering more the questions pertaining to the concept. All right. Vittal is here with me for the third time in my webinars. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you, Vittal, on board again. Mastan Reddy says that I use open high and low strategy. Yes, that is the one that I will be showing you today with a little bit of twist. How do you pinpoint or how do you time the opening highs, opening lows? Mr. Reddy, I'll be showing you that in today's webinar. Yes, I will keep English as much as possible. Don't worry. Even if I land up using few Hindi words, don't worry. It's not something more that I'll be saying. I will anyways explain the same thing in English again. Don't worry. Chandrakant, volume average required, volume average, the average on the volume I just plotted just to show you, explain you the difference which is there in the liquidity of a stock like ICICI Bank. Compare that with an Eicher Motors, right? But in our strategies and techniques and the approach that we are going to explain now, we will not be using average volumes. Okay, we will be quickly taking a look at what are the average volumes just to understand whether there's enough liquidity or not. Okay. Sarath, no, these strategies do not differ for FNO or cash. They are the same, not a problem. Suresh, yes, I will make sure somehow um, in which I can share that Excel sheet, which I have the list of around 100 stocks, which you will focus on trading. These are the most liquid 100 stocks. By liquidity, I mean I have considered the futures and options data. Okay. Harry has joined us from California. All right, thank you. So far, so good. All right, Shiva Krishna. Yes, Anurag. The first point alert I mean, Anurag, is see, you're doing intraday trades, right? When you're doing intraday trades, you are focusing the smaller, shorter time frames, like a 5 minute. My preferred time period is 5 to 15, or at times 3 minute to 15. I don't go below the 3 minute. I will tell you why 3 minute, why 15 minutes. There's a logic behind using these time frames. I'll share all of them with you today. What I mean, Anurag, is when you're looking into a chart which is changing a new candlestick every 5 minutes, you can't afford to take a break, go down and go down for a smoke, or watch a YouTube video, because in just 5 minutes a lot of things does happen. It might go in your favor hugely. Something that happened with me last week, and I've just created a video and shared on YouTube yesterday. Those who follow me, they must have checked this video, which I called gone in 60 seconds. In just 60 seconds, I got profit from a stock. It was not an intraday trade. You can check the video. I waited for 1.5 days. The market pays you in just 60 seconds. It's a video you can check on my YouTube channel. TVS Motors, gone in 60 seconds. I'll probably share the link with you later in this channel. So what I'm saying, Anurag, is we need to be alert, especially if you're doing intraday trades. If you are in some kind of a business or service and you are not able to sit in front of the screen or in front of the market, then I would suggest not to do intraday trades yourself. You might appoint someone who is doing it on your behalf. You might show it to someone who understands and can execute it on your behalf, but don't do it yourself. You will not be able to do both the endeavors with the same intensity, with the same consistency. That's what I meant. So I would suggest intraday, especially for them who knows that, yes, I can give dedicated full time, yeah, half of the time. It's completely okay. I've trained many people who have come for my mentorship program, and they say, sir, I have the first 3 hours and then I work UK time. So I need to go to my office at 2 in the afternoon. So they have the first 3 hours. So if you have that first 3 hours, fine, you can dedicate yourself in those first 3 hours. So that's what I meant by the first point of alert. Ideal value volume, there's Chandrakant, there's nothing like that, but yes, I would prefer, if you're looking volumes in the cash market, at least 10 lakh shares on an average, monthly average. 10 lakh shares is a good number. All right. Yes, I will try and I'll share those list of 100 stocks. Recordings and 100 stocks are the main questions I see so far. Okay, Mehul is asking how many trades should we do as a suggest. Again, Mehul, don't keep a fixed number. Why? Because the markets are not the same every day. Okay, or I would say that the markets are same every day, but they are not similar. It means Wahi Bazaar is the same market which opens at 9:15 and shuts at 3:30, goes up and down and does all its dance. But the way it moved on a Thursday was not similar to that of Friday, and it's not going to be the same way on Monday. Opportunities can come heavily on a one particular day or a week, and there can be a day jab aapko kuch milta hi nahi hai, when you don't get any opportunities. So do not fix yourself on number of trades. Okay, I will do only 3 or I will do only 6. Okay, but what I'm saying is don't compulsively or impulsively trade. If you have 6 very high conviction trades, do all 6. Fine with me, fine with you, should be, because you have high conviction. If you don't even have a 1 high conviction trade, don't even trade that day. That is what I mean. Okay. How important are fundamentals for a company for intraday, Xavier? I will say not much important, because in intraday you're focusing mainly on the price. Okay. Before 9:30, Santosh, trading is not danger, but after the market opens at 9:15, you should give it at least 2 to 5 minutes for it to cool off. The opening um, thrust of orders which goes into the system leads to a sharp opening. Okay, the opening price. Then after the 2 5 minutes, it generally settles down, especially if there is some kind of a overnight news, and if it's a gap up or a gap down, give it a little time, let it settle down, then you go for those. Okay, all right, I'll check up these questions. Now let me quickly go to the technique that I'm going to show you. Okay, yes, TVS Motors is a trade which I mentioned in my video. So what am I telling you about? So what I'm telling you is we will be focusing on 2 time frames over here. One time frame helps us to decide, the other time frame helps us to execute. Again, those who have done certain degree of trainings with me earlier, they would know which way I am going with this section. I am telling you that you should look into the market from at least 2 time frames, if not 3. Okay. Over here, I'm showing you 2 time frames. For intraday trading, I will suggest use the daily chart. The daily chart should be your decider. 5 to 15 minute chart, not more than 15, or let's say, okay, 3 minutes. 3 to 15 minute charts should be your executor. Huh? What does this mean? What this means is you use the daily chart to decide which stock, which is that stock, which I will be looking to buy or I will be looking to sell. You just know the name of the stock. That's it. You don't know the price where you buy. You don't know the stop loss or the target, nothing. You only know, you only decide using the daily time frame that this stock is what I would look to buy today intraday, or this is the stock that I would look to sell or short intraday. It helps you to decide which stock. That's it. Which stock? It doesn't tell you anything else. This is the only question that is answered. When you come to the executor, this is where your point of entry and your point of exit, these two are decided. The executor does not tell you which stock to buy or sell. The executor tells you where to buy and sell. The decider tells you whom, which stock to buy or sell. For intraday trading, keep daily as your decider and keep the executor anything in the range of 3 to 15 minutes. My preferred time frame is 15 minutes. Now, because I am talking about time frames, I'll just take the liberty and I'll explain to you this. If you're looking at the daily chart, by default, daily chart is the chart that we all look at first. Fine. If you go one time frame higher, the daily chart, जब daily chart से आप एक time frame ऊपर जाते हो, when you go a time frame higher, which time frame do you by default open? The weekly chart. And in the stock market, there are 5 trading days in a week, barring those exceptional holidays, especially the holidays which come on a Friday or a Monday, because that means 3 days on a roll. Let's go to Lonavala or Khandala. Apart from those weeks, there are 5 trading days in a week. So you are looking at a multiplier of 5. The higher time frame is getting multiplied by 5 times the lower time frame. Now, when you move up from the weekly time frame to a higher time frame, which one do you generally open? You check the monthly chart. And in this case, the multiplier is not 5, but it's around 4, 4.2. So there are 4 weeks in a month. At times, there are obviously little couple of days more than just 4 weeks. So you're looking at a multiplier of little more than 4, very close to 5. So as you progress on the higher time frames, your multiplier is around 5, 4 to 5. Fine. Now, if I use the same logic as I drill down to lower time frames, when I move down from the daily to a slightly lower time frame, what time frame should I choose? I should be using, let's say if I want to use the multiplier of 5, what should it be? So I ask myself, what time does the market open? 9:15. And what time does it shut? As of now, it's 3:30. It has not become 5 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. So 9:15 to 3:30 gives us 375 minutes. And if you divide 375 by 5, you get 75 minutes. If you divide 75 by 5, you get 15 minutes. And if you divide 15 by 5, you get 3 minutes. This is the reason. This is essentially the time frame which I generally look personally for all my trades and all my recommendations. I have experimented with 90-minute charts, 19-minute charts, 3-day charts, obviously 60-minute charts, there's no doubt about it, 45-minute charts, 180-minute charts. Yeah, more or less my memory recalls these time frames. You know the secret? There's a secret in this. The secret is these time frames do not matter. आप कोई भी time frame ले लीजिए. You can take up any time frame as long as your approach and your technique is fine. You will generate profits. So if someone tells you that no, 75 minutes is the secret sauce, no, there's nothing like that. Okay, then why am I using? I need a certain rationale, a certain logic. Why am I using 3, 15, 75 daily, weekly, monthly? Because it gives me a nice regression, a nice progression and regression multiplier of around close to 5 when I'm going a higher time frame and when I'm drilling down to a lower time frame. So this is the one that I use. So for today's approach, which is the intraday, your decider is this guy. This time frame is going to decide, is going to tell you which stock you're going to buy, which stock are you going to keep on your radar to buy or on your radar to sell. Amongst these two, within these two, 3 to 15 is where you will execute. What do? I use the 15-minute. When do I look at the 3 minutes? Well, try and understand, or if I show you, it's better. Let me take you to the chart. Let me take you to a 3-minute chart of Eicher Motors. Look at this chart. It's not very clean. When I say it's not very clean, look at these parts. 3 minutes has passed and no trade has happened. It's completely a dot. And not only 3 minutes, minutes after minutes pass. Many 3-minute candles have passed and no trade has happened. Fine. Now look at the 3-minute chart of Bank Nifty. It looks like any good candlestick chart. It can be a daily chart. It can be a weekly chart. I don't see any I see all the candles are perfectly, fine. It gives a nice range, real body, upper shadow, lower shadow. Why does this happen? This happens because Bank Nifty is highly liquid compared to an Eicher Motors, or let's say a Page Industries. Look at Page Industries. It's all over there. It's just dots. So see, 3 minutes, three minutes will pass, and you will not even get a single trade. You understand? 6 minutes will pass, you will not get a single trade. After 6 minutes, all of a sudden a trade will happen. So again, when you're drilling down to lower time frames, you need to understand the quality of the stock. You cannot trade, you should not trade the 3 minute or the 15 minutes of an Eicher Motor or a Page Industries or even Idea or other stocks. It doesn't move that well, right? So all stocks are not suitable for intraday trades. They might give move. Yes, sir, Eicher gives a beautiful move. Yes, but Eicher should be traded on a higher time frames. Not good for intraday. Trust me, I have done it. It's frustrating. You take a position, the damn thing doesn't move for 6 minutes, 9 minutes. It's frustrating. I might as well trade the Bank Nifty. Fine. So this is the time frames in which I look through my trades. The daily, weekly, monthly on a higher time frame, and as you come down, the 75 minutes, the 15 minutes, and the 3 minutes. Now the approach. As I had shown you some time back, that there will be two approaches. One is the EOD approach, the other is the intraday approach. Okay, both of them will help us to execute in the same way. In both of them, the decider is going to be little different, but the executor is going to be the same. Okay, let me explain them to you one by one. I will first explain both the deciders. I will take up around 15 to 20 minutes now. I will not be looking into the questions. I'll take around 15 to 20 minutes. I will explain to you the two sets of deciders. Okay, decider number one, EOD, decider number two, intraday. Then I will ask you to throw me questions, and then I will take you to the executor. For the executor, it's going to be the same. There's going to be two logic behind the decider. So on my left hand side, I am keeping the decider, and obviously you know that for the decider we have chosen the daily chart. On my right hand side, there's going to be the executor, and for all good reasons, for this purpose, we are going to keep the 15-minute chart for the executors. There are going to be two set of deciders. Decider number one is end of day. End of day means yesterday, Friday, the market ended, and based on Friday's close, which are the stocks we look for a possible trade on Monday, a possible intraday trade on Monday. I repeat, the market has shut on Friday, it's closed. Based on Friday's closing, which are those stocks that I'm going to decide for intraday trade on Monday, either for a long trade or for a short trade. This decision is based on Friday's close, end of day close, number one. Number two logic comes during the market hours, that is at 9:30 a.m. on Monday. So Monday, when the market opens, after the first 15 minutes, we will be in a position where we find a list of stocks to go long or to go short. Mind you, I'm going to repeat again. The decider helps me to know which stock. It does not tell you that where to enter or where to exit, right? So please don't get carried away. Do not get carried away. because 9:30 में जो stocks आएंगे आपके पास, at 9:30 when these stocks come to you, you do not buy them at 9:31. No, these are the stocks that you will be keeping a very close watch on. You'll be scouting them. You will be keeping a very close watch on them throughout the day's trade to buy or to sell. There's a nice Hindi word which one of my students have told me when I was explaining the concept that you should keep a very close watch, etc., etc. He said, "Sir," and he was from, I think he was from Chandigarh or Jalandhar, and he said, "Sir जी, आपने वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा एक word use करते, ताड़ना, हम ताड़ेंगे stock." So I said it was, I like that word, so I said yes, आप ताड़िए, okay? You keep a very, very close watch on the stock. All right, so let's start with the EOD. The EOD is going to give you a list of stocks which can probably give a move on the next day. It's 2 o'clock. All right, so that's my laptop giving me update of the time. Thank you, Siri. So let's come here. What are the rules? This is very simple rule. We will use only two indicators. Simply two simple indicators. We will use a exponential moving average, and we will couple it up with relative strength index. When we use an exponential moving average, yeah, we would take the 89 period exponential moving average. Now, again, it's a Fibonacci number. There is no secret sauce in it. It's just that I would like to take a higher number, close to 100. So I could have taken 90, I could have taken 100. I have been using 89 for very many years, so I keep on using 89 very many years. So when there is no enough reason for me to change it, why will I want to change it? Okay. And when it comes to RSI, relative strength index, you change it to a 2-period RSI, relative strength index. Okay. The long bucket, so when I combine these two, so essentially what I'm saying is EMA is going to give me trend, and RSI is going to give me momentum, right? When you combine these two, it gives you a list of stocks which can give you a move the next day. What is this combination? The combination goes like this. For a long trade, for a possible long trade tomorrow, what we will be looking at is that the price close, that should be above the 89 period exponential moving average, and alongside that, the value of RSI 2 should be less than 10. I will show all these things to you through the charts. First, let me put them down. For a short candidate, for a stock which is a possible, so it's a good thing that we're doing this session on a Saturday, right? So EOD is something which has happened yesterday, the Friday's close. So which are the possible longs and shorts for Monday? So for the short, what we will be looking is the closing price should be below the 89 period exponential moving average, and alongside that the relative strength index of 2 periods should be greater than 90. I will take up all your doubts and questions. First, let me explain them and show it to you on the charts. Then I'll take up all your doubts. So let's go to the chart. And remember, we are using 2 time frames, correct? So I'll change my template, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the left is in black, and let me change this color so that it's easier for us to visualize. So I change it to a different color and I'll turn it to a 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. All right, volumes over here on the intraday chart is not necessary. I'm going to hide the volumes. So I've got on my left, I've got the decider, the daily chart. On my right, I've got the 15-minute chart, I15. If you look over here at the bottom right corner, I15, intraday 15, DLY daily. This is the setup. Left-hand side helps me to decide. Right-hand side will help me to execute. So we'll come to the executor later. Let's focus on the decider. So what did we say first? The first thing that we need is the 89 period exponential moving average. Average exponential 89 and add it. So as long as prices, the closing price is above this line E89, it's in an uptrend, and vice versa. When it's below, it's in a downtrend. Now with this, I'm going to add a relative strength index of a 2 period. When you're plotting a 2 period exponential RSI, what you need to do is change the overbought and oversold, and you change the 70 to 90 and you change the 30 to 10 and you add. When you do this, you see at the bottom in red, I have the RSI, the relative strength index. So which are the portions that I'm telling you about, what that we're talking about? We are talking about days like these two. See over here. Okay, we're in Page Industries. It's not the best option. So let me move to, let's say, Tata Steel or Tata Motors. The Tata Steel. So Tata Steel is in a downtrend. So first, let me show you long trades, possible long trades. So look at this zone. From the 16th of May 2017 all the way till the 1st of Feb 2018, Tata Steel in the futures chart, the futures market, was above the exponential 89. So it's an uptrend. Now the point is, every time it has gone below 10, this is my RSI 2 shooting below 10. See this. This was the day it was below 10, 8.43. This was the day it was below 10, 7.57. This was the day it was out of 10. So these 2 days, when it goes below 10, this day it tells us next day there can be a move on the upside. This is where it alerts us. Let's see where it dipped below 10. It dips below 10 here. On this day, it's telling us there can be a possible move tomorrow. We get a positive move tomorrow. This is a move which you would like to make most of it. Where did it go below 10? Here. This is when it stayed below 10. Next day, yes, you got a move. This goes below 10. Next day, you got a move. So please try and understand. This does not answer you which price to buy, where should be my stop loss, what's my target, what was my whether I made profit on this day or loss. No, this I'll show it to you when we do the executor. What it does right now, it tells us which stocks can give us a move tomorrow. Can. Always it doesn't happen. Can give us a move tomorrow. For a long side, you will look at RSI value below 10, and for a short side, you will look at RSI value below above 90. Look over here on this day. On this day, the prices closed below the exponential 89, and the value of RSI 2 is 93.38. So it is alerting us, it is telling us, listen, tomorrow it can fall. And if it does fall, that is an opportunity. So it is alerting me and it's giving me a possible opportunity. Look over here. On this day, the value of RSI was 96. The next day it falls. So these are giving us an opportunity. Look what happened. It was above the close. So this will not come into the picture. Was this above 90? No, this was 89. So hopefully you've got the picture that if you use the EOD system, you will be using two indicators, the exponential moving average E89, deciding the trend of the market, uptrend or downtrend, and the relative strength index of 2 period, deciding whether the momentum is overbought or is it oversold. Now, with the help of the software, with the help of this software, I can do this for you, that based on Friday's close, which are those stocks which can give me a move day after tomorrow. Let's do that. So I come here, I go to average E89 on the daily chart. I say that price is above average. I'm just telling the software that the price should be above E89 and the relative strength index of 2 period should be below the value of 10. Please, I'm just trying to, all of you probably obviously don't use the Spider software. You can do this in any software. You can do it in AmiBroker, MetaStock, Falcon, or even you can do it visually, not a problem. I'm just trying to scan 200 stocks and show you which are the probabilistic trades for Monday. Number one, price should be above E89. This is the zero, condition 0. And the next condition, condition 1, is on the daily charts, the value of RSI 2 should be below 10. Now I need to make a relationship of it. C0 and C1. C0 stands for condition number 0 and C1 stands for condition number 1. I need an ANDing of them. I need both of them to satisfy. I click on it and I say RSI to swing long. I am a guy who is a sucker for aesthetics, so I would like to keep everything as clean as possible. Yeah, I give a group and I would give my favorite group the Neyman futures relation run. It's going to scan 219 stocks. By the time I finish the sentence, it's done. 14 stocks. Let's look at them. Bank Nifty. All right, not bad. Bata India. Pretty good, satisfying our conditions. iShares Motors, not bad, not interested because of liquidity. HDFCs come off quite sharply, RSI 2 below 10. Okay, ICICI Pru, Infibeam, same liquidity issue we will face. JSW Steel, big sell off. Mahindra and Mahindra, Nifty, Bank Nifty, both of them, not bad, short term oversold. Are we getting a move on Monday? Midcap 50, PVR, Raymond, RBL Bank, and finally Reliance Industries. Now, these 14 stocks are probabilities. These 14 stocks may not all 14 of them go up on Monday. These are probabilities. But out of these 14, few will go up. And when those go up, we should focus on them. Now, at the beginning of today's webinar, I did mention that psychology is the differentiating factor, not the software, not the technique. It's psychology. I can prove it to you right now. Let me take just 2 minutes and prove it to you right now. 254 attendees today's webinar. All of them will understand this technique. Let's say after today's webinar, I arrange this software for you for 20 days. All 250 of you, 254 of you. All of you have the same software. All of you have understood the same intraday trading technique from me. And I give you a margin of 1 lakh rupees to all 254 of you. And I ask you to trade for 20 days, 1 month. Please answer me. After 1 month, your final profit and loss number, is it going to be the same for all of you? No. Definitely no. Few of them will do exceptionally good. Few of us will do exceptionally bad. And like a normal bell curve, 60 to 66% of you will be more or less in a range. So I've just proven to you, friends, techniques, softwares, they don't matter. Approach matters. The process and the approach matters. And approach comes from your psychology. So this is approach number one. This is where the psychology comes into the picture. On Monday, you will keep an eye. Out of these 14, iShares is out, Infibeam is out, Midcap 50 is out, PVR is also out. So around 4 stocks is out. We are looking at 10 stocks. These 10 stocks, that's it. You will be focusing only on these 10 stocks, not 219 stocks. This is what 99% of the people do. They open their platform, they look at the CNBC, and they are confused. This stock is going up, that stock is coming down, news coming up here, news going out there, and they are at the mercy of the market. The market is taking them for a toss. Okay, some news comes up, prices shoots up, you enter, and that stock tops out, it falls, and vice versa. If you trade the news, if you trade watching the television, it's not going to work. You need to have your approach, you need to have the process, you need to have your preparation. This is preparation. This is what will differentiate you. So 10 stocks. Okay, similarly, can I look for the shorts? Sure, we can. So let's go to average. Exponential 89 on the daily chart, completely all right. But this time prices should be below the average. Below the average. Relative strength index, RSI 2 period. This value should be above the value of 90. So condition 2 and condition 3. RSI 2 swing short. 2 and 3, let's select it and run. KDK Bank. KDK Bank is below E89. KDK Bank has bounced back for the last 3 days, and the value of RSI has just inched above the 90.60. So KDK Bank 1 on my short radar and around 10 stocks on my long radar. Correct? This is your list. This is what you will focus on Monday. That's it, not the entire market. But sir, if RCOM goes up 65%, I miss it. It was not on my radar. You cannot have everything. If you try to trade and not miss a single stock, and you want to trade each and every stock which is moving up and coming down, you are lost. You have to have your own preparation, your own technique, your own skills, your own approach. Forget what the market is doing. Okay, so decider section number 1 is end of day. When we run this, we get a list of stocks which can probably give a move tomorrow, the long side as well as the short side. Now before we go to the 931, let me quickly check your doubts. Okay. Suman had once asked me around 140, is it applicable for MCX? Yes, these techniques are applicable for any asset class, Suman. The point that I will request here to note is the timing, the time frames that I showed you here may not be applicable to the MCX markets. You have to do your own calculation and figure out whether you want to trade the 120-minute bars or the 60-minute bars or the 240-minute bars, because the commodity markets trade far longer than that of the equity markets. But conceptually, E89, RSI 2, 10, 90, etc., they are all the same. You did not change them. Yes, Ashwini, they work for stocks as well as the index, not a problem. We will not be looking at volumes at all. For intraday, we will be focusing only on price. How to use the stop loss? When we go to the executor section, I will show it to you. Naveen is asking, I have REC in future, what to do? I'm sure it is coming down, Naveen. That is why you're asking the question. I should share share this feeling with you that my erstwhile students, they remember me the most when the markets come down. ठीक है? जब तक market चल रहा है, when the markets are going on fine, everything is good, no one thinks of me. But 1 week or 1 month the market comes down, I know my inbox gets filled with doubts and WhatsApps. Sir, how are you? Hope everything is good. Can you tell me what to do with State Bank of India? Right? So Naveen, I will probably towards the later half try and answer your question on REC. You need to know your exit points, very important. Yes, trading setups, I'll show you once I go to the executor, the entire setup will be clear. I'm only doing the first half if we are still doing the decider. Yes, even if the trading hours are extended, the setup remains the same. Jayaprakash, all that we might have to do is probably increase the smaller time frame. Okay, once that happens, after it happens, we should give it a month's time. Try and understand if the trading hours gets extended by 2 hours or 20 or 12 hours. Let the new rule come. Let the market absorb it. Let's see what happens after a month, and then we will make some changes. No, we will not be using support resistances, Rakesh. Siddesh, no, I'm not a smoker. I had managed to quit. Uh, I had managed to quit in 13 years back. Yeah, 14 years back. So I'm not a smoker anymore. We would be looking at candles, Prashant, but candles do not decide the levels. You may or may not use the candles. Once I'm done, it will be clear to you. Yes, Xavier, I'll give you the YouTube channel link. When we take a 5-minute break in between around 3 o'clock, I will give it to you later. You can identify the liquid stocks just by the volumes, but don't do that. I have already done it for you. I'll share those list of 100 stocks with you, so you need not work on them. On an average, Xavier, 10 lakh shares on a daily 10 lakh shares on an average. Mohammad Faisal, as I said, you may not sit in front of the system for 6 hours. लेकिन अगर आप intraday trade कर रहे, if you're doing intraday trades, you need to dedicate yourself some time, right? At least 2-3 hours. 1 hour will be too less to ask because in that particular 1 hour the market may not move. If you give your time, let's say 12 to 2 in the afternoon, that is when the market is at its dullest, its most dull stage. It doesn't move that well, right? So कुछ तो time देना पड़ेगा dedicated. At least 2 to 3 hours is good. What are the suggestions to overcome impulsive compulsive behavior? Gaurav, you just have to sit down, close your eyes, look at yourself doing that impulsive compulsive behavior, laugh at it. खुद को गाली भी दे सकते. You can probably use some slang and tell yourself you're not going to do that again. That's it. Okay. Thing, Bhanu, we will be looking at when we go into executor. एक चीज समझिए, try and understand one thing. We are now deciding when we execute, that is where all these bases comes into play, right? So yes, divergence of RSI is something we will be looking into then as well. 15 minutes is fine, Darshan. As I said, 3 to 15 minutes is fine that we should be using. See, Sarat is asking a good question. If everyone applies the same strategies, most of the entries and exits does not differ. So how can we apply? They say the strategy is the same for everyone, but what happens is when you enter the trade, Sarat, your psychology takes up and your exit will be different from your friend's exit. He or she may hold on to it and get more profits or go into a loss. On the other hand, you might gain some profits. So exits matter. It's like uh, it's like Abhimanyu in Mahabharata. He knew the route to enter, but then he didn't know how to exit. Right? A trade will require us to be good at everything, not only stock picking, but also the timing of the entry as well as the exit. Okay. As I said, when 375 changes, once it changes, we will look into how the market is behaving to it. It may happen that the market is not much volume is happening at the afternoon or evening hours. So according to the market changes, we will look into it and we will adopt. We will have to adopt. That's what humans are very good with. They have survived because they have adopted. EMA said is an exponential moving average. Yes, I will give the name of those 100 stocks, Siddharth, Sridhar, don't worry. The name of the software is Iris Plus from the Spider software. Stockage to some extent, yes, this may not be done in stockage, but you might look into stock which are above the averages. You can use any of the technical analysis softwares visually, Devendra, you will be able to find them, not a problem. RSI2 swing low and high. Yash, what I'm trying to tell you is you plot the RSI2 indicator and you put overbought as 90 and you put oversold as 10. Okay. The software that I'm using is Iris Plus, Spider software. As of now, no indicators to see. When we go to executor, Bhanu Prasad, we will see that we will be adding 2 more indicators at that point. Ganesh is saying, awaiting your answer. Ganesh, I might have missed it. Can I use this conditional scanning with Edelweiss chart? Ganesh, I don't know. I will not be able to answer this because I have not used the Edelweiss chart. You have to check with them. But as I'm showing you something, the EMAs and the RSIs are the basic indicators which are available in any software, be it free or paid, correct? So it's not that something I'm showing you is only available in this software. This is available everywhere. Whether it's available there on Edelweiss, because I have personally never used it, I will not be able to answer. Yes, you can do them in the cash segment also. RSI2 means only 90-10, Pushpinder, 90 overbought, 10 oversold. When you use RSI indicator, RSI 14 is the default indicator. We use the 70 as the overbought and 30 as the oversold, right? I'm requesting you to change the 70 to 90 and 30 to 10. Okay. Okay. Now there are quite a few questions. No, we are not going to use MACD. All right. What's my profit and loss statement? I'll give it to you. It's there live on Google, transparent. You can check on that. All these things I'll wait for the end, Ali. I'll give all these things to you at the end. All my trades, everything that I've done so far. Okay, so let's quickly take you to decider number 2. That's the 930. When you come to 930, you will be looking at the opening highs and the opening lows. Opening highs is a stock जिसका open and high are the same, and opening lows is a stock whose open and low for that day, for that candlestick, is the same. For example, let me take you to the chart. And which chart is this? This is KTK Bank, right? So can I find any opening highs or opening lows on this chart? I don't see any. Let's say I quickly open a price watch. I open the FNO universe and I open, let's say, ACC. Okay. I'm just quickly trying to visually find an opening high, opening low for you. Look, this day is an opening low on this day, ACC. The low is 1557.65. The open is 1557.65. This is an opening low. When a stock makes an opening low, for that day, the bias is positive. That day, there's a high chance that the stock will go up. However, if it makes a, see, this is an opening low. This is again an opening low. However, if it makes an opening high, look over here, 1555.9, 1555.9. This is an opening high. When a stock makes an opening high, it's a tendency that day, for that particular day, there's a tendency the stock might come down. Look over here, opening high, 1618, the stock came down. Look over here, opening high, the stock came down. Opening low, it was a positive day. We're talking intraday, okay? So only pertaining to that particular day. Look at here, opening high, big fall. Okay, opening low, big rise, opening high, big fall. The good thing is this concept is there on my YouTube channel. I will just show it to you. I will give you the link so that you can go through these videos later. They will explain the concept to you in detail. So this is a gone in 60 seconds, which I just mentioned to you some time back. Opening highs in intraday strategies. Yeah. So this is one video which explains the concept of opening highs and opening lows, which I just told you right now. I'll share the link with you. You can go through them later once our webinar is done with. If you have any questions, you can drop me on YouTube or any other. It has my email ID also. You can drop me there. Okay. This is my YouTube channel, and I also told you about Market Teaches Best. This is a series where I explain you concepts which the market has taught me. Okay, not any book, not any periodical, but the market. So as I told you, these are the two links. However, let's move on with our opening highs and opening lows. So at 9:30, so try and understand what is the approach. Approach is before Monday market opens. This is my list of 11 stocks, 10 for long trades, 1 for a short trade. All the 10 stocks are not going to go up. Karna KTK Bank is not going to come down or may come down. We don't know. But these are the possibilities. Number one. Monday's market opens at 9:15, and between 9:15 to 9:30, when it's 9:30, I can quickly see which are the stocks which has made an opening high or an opening low. Which are the stocks which have made an opening high or an opening low? There are many softwares which will help you to do that. If you're using the Iris Plus software, this one, the market query helps you to do this. So when you come to market query, you say open equal to high, and when you do a run, it generally will give you those stocks. Now it's not coming because it will only come during market hours. It will just give you which are the stocks which has opened at the highest point of the day and which are the stocks which has opened at the lowest point of the day. So approach kya hua? What's the approach? I am not interested to know or look at the TV or the media which stock is going where or what it is doing. Not interested. I'm only interested in my list of 11 stocks. And beyond these 11 stocks, at 9:30, I can also get a new list of stocks which has made an opening high and an opening low. Many a times, and it happens within your previous list of stocks. Let's say, for example, you have KTK Bank as your short, right? If KTK Bank tomorrow opens at the highest point of the day, that is open equal to high, this is a very strong candidate for an intraday short. Okay, so decider helps us to decide which stocks. Now the main crux, the executor. Now that I know KTK Bank is something that I will be looking to sell on Monday, where do I sell? Right? Where do I sell the stock? How do I time it out? If I know Bata is a stock that I will be looking to buy on Monday, where do I buy? What price do I look into buy? Okay, this brings us to executor. Now, when you come to the executor, timing is crucial. Timing is very, very important. And for this, we will use again two techniques, two indicators. We will use a set of exponential moving averages. And I would like to use the 13, 21, and 34 combination. I'll show this to you. With this, you will add stochastics 411. I'll show all this to you. And you will plot another stochastics 532. This 411 stochastics, I call it the aim. And the 532 stochastics, I call it the shoot. Let me show you. Remember, we did this, we created this template. On the left hand side, I have the decider. On my right hand side, I have the 15-minute chart. That's the executor. I will have three moving averages here: the exponential 13, the exponential 21, and the exponential 34. The idea is that the shorter time frame should ideally be in an order. Ideally should be in an order. An order means for a long trade, prices, this is an order. Let's zoom out. Look here, this is an order on the downside. All the three moving averages are on the downside. This is an order on the upside. All the three moving averages are moving up. This is what we need for a buy trade. This is what we need for a sell trade. In Bata, we do not have such a situation. Most of the stocks will probably not give us that kind of situation because the markets have sold off very, very sharply. Okay, so next what you will be looking at, I'll just show you the stochastics 411. Stochastics 411. This indicator we will call aim. When we use, okay, I'll give it a slightly darker color, it's too light. Yes, this indicator is called the aim, stochastics 411. And when you use the stochastics 411, you use the overbought and oversold as 80, 20. 80 overbought, 20 oversold. Fine. You plot another set of stochastics, and this you put the inputs as 532. Please look, 532. Stochastics indicator, George Lane is a momentum indicator based on the range. We're using 532. This we are naming it shoot. So 411 stochastics is aim, 532 stochastics is shoot. Now, how do we use this? First things first, let me show you the example of, let's say, Bata. Okay, so aim and shoot, what aim and shoot does is, check over here. Dekhiye, check over here. This stock is coming down. This is Bata 15-minute chart. Fine. Look, 411, aim goes above 80, right? The moment stochastics aim goes above 80, this is an aim, but this is not a shoot. We need to time our trade, right? This is an aim. We have got the gun in our hands and we are aiming, but this is not the time we shoot. We wait. What do we wait? We wait for the shoot. You come down here, and the shoot is when we have the crossover. Those who understand stochastics is good. Those who don't understand stochastics so well, let me tell you, it's made up of two lines called the percentage K and the percentage D. The blue line, when it cuts the red line from above, this is a cross down. When the blue line cuts the red line from below, this is a cross up, correct? What I am saying is, this is an aim, this is a shoot. Aim is when the stochastics goes above 80. See, this is a downtrending stock because the moving averages are sloping down, right? And you wait for the shoot. This day you get a shoot. This 15-minute bar you get a shoot. Why we got a shoot? Because the blue line has cut below the red line. The moment you got an aim and shoot, and between the aim and the shoot, generally 2-3 candles, not more than that. Aim will always come first. You always aim and then you shoot, right? Aim will always come first. Between the aim and the shoot, there should be ideally a difference of 0 to 3 bars. There are possibilities when you get the aim and the shoot in the same bar. Those are very, very strong signals. When you get aim and the shoot on the same bar, those are very strong signals. But over here is an aim. Stochastics 411 is at 97. The next candle, stochastics 411, aim has exited 80, but we have not got a shoot yet. Now this is where it is brewing up. Next bar, it comes out, we've got a shoot. The moment you got a shoot, sell below the low, keep this high as the stop loss, or if you want to play it conservative, use the previous high as the stop loss. Okay, let me take you to, let's say, HDFC. Okay, look over here. This is an aim above 80. Now I will look for shoot. 1 bar, 2 bar. On the second bar, I got a shoot down below. So ideally, you should be selling below this high as the stop loss, correct? Look at this example. Compare that, okay, compare that with, let's say, the this example. The difference you will find is when we got the shoot, when we got the shoot over here, the market, the indicator was very close to the 80 level, number one. When you got the shoot in HDFC, this one, it is below the 50. I generally prefer, see, this is a 50 mark. Let me mark it for you. Let me mark 50 for you. There. So ideally, if I get the shoot above the 50, it gives me room for the index or for the stock to fall. If it comes below 50, it is still okay, but not the best of trades. Let's look over here. It is telling you to sell below this. I will not be taking these trades because they are long enough. So your entry and exit on the executor depends on aim and shoot. Now let me ask you some questions. If you have any questions pertaining to aim and shoot only, please ask questions pertaining to aim and shoot. Yes, Bata we have selected for long. I know. I'm just going to combine all of them and show you. Rahul is asking, in some software, stochastics have 2 parameters, don't have average period. Is it the IRIS software? No, Rahul, if it's 2 parameters, then just put 4.1 and 5.3. Okay. because it asks you for parameters of percentage K and percentage D. There are two levels of averaging out that happens in stochastic. So ideally, it should ask you three parameters. If it's asking you only two parameters, then use 4-1 and 5-3. Okay. Yes, AIM has only one line, Neil, because I'm only interested in the 4-period range. So what I have done is I have changed the averages to 1 and 1. So there is no two lines. See over here, 4, 1, 1. So there are no two lines. Only one line will come. That is how I have designed it. 4, 1, 1 for AIM and 4, 5, 3, 2 for shoot. Shoot at 50 at short. What I'm suggesting, Bhavyaraj Singh, if I have pronounced your name rightly, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Jeep, if you get a buy signal below 50, it is better. If you get a sell signal above 50, that is better. Okay, we'll take up any number of doubts. Examples. EMA 1321 on which price opening or close? Pankaj on closing price. I will come to it. I've not concluded the 1321.34 game. The use of 1321.34 I have not concluded yet. Give me a little more time. I'm just going to ask you about aim and shoot only. Please ask aim and shoot. Okay, Nikhil, I'll repeat aim and shoot. Zero the pi might be possible. Devendra, I'm not too sure about that. No, in aim there is no signal line. There's only one line. Shoot is to buy as well as sell. We'll take up all these examples. Okay, let me just repeat it once more. So what's happening in executor is we are using aim and shoot. This is the main area of the executor, the aim and shoot. Okay, this is going to help us if it is in line with the trend. If it is not in line with the trend, not a problem. There is another way in which we can work around. Because the current situation where we stand right now, if you look at the current situation in the market, because the market fell very sharply in the last 4 days, we are not getting a match in the executor and the decider. I'll show you. So what are we doing in the executor? Let's explain one more time. When I'm coming to the executor, I'm plotting three moving averages, 1321 and 34. And these three averages, I would like to see them in order. By order means, look over here, this is a negative order. This is not a positive order. This is a negative order. All the moving averages are one after the other on the downside. This is a positive order. All moving averages are one on top of the other on the upside. When, this is rare, when you have an uptrend, when the decider, look over here on the left hand side, when Bata is in an uptrend that is above 89 and the 15-minute chart is in an uptrend also, that is a very, very strong sign. This is not a very, very strong sign. How do we trade this? I'll tell you, but this is not a very, very strong sign. Similarly, HDFC or ICICI Pru, this is also not a very, very strong sign. Why? Because the order is on the downside. Okay, so how do we deal with them? Suniya, dhyan se, please pay attention. If you have the decider and the executor both in the same order, as in the decider is in an uptrend, the executor is in a positive order, those are the best picks, number one. But at the current juncture, because the market has fallen sharply, I am not getting any such case. Then what should I do? Should I wait? Yes, you should wait. Should I wait for the order? It will be too late. Then what should we do? What you should do is, ideally, best case scenario is you should wait for the market to go above at least the 34 period. Amongst these three, 13, 21, 34, you should wait at least the market to go above the 34. Do not take these trades. Do not take these trades. I repeat. So what you should be looking to do is, say, for example, this is ICICI Pru. Let me quickly, if I can, give me a minute's time. If I can find you a good example. where I can show you, if I can. This was when? This was 2nd of May. Let me come to 2nd of May for you. Yeah, okay. Look over here. This is 2nd of May. This 2nd of May, JSW Steel fell very sharply. Number one. As it fell, it was above the average. Yes. The RSI was below 10. Yes. So on 2nd of May, it would have come on my radar. Yes. For 2nd of May, JSW Steel is telling us now there is a chance that the stock can bounce back. Look over here. The next 3 days it bounced back. So there's a possibility of bouncing back. Now you come to 2nd of May over here, executor. When you come to 2nd of May's closing price, which is here, you see a downtrend. So you are not interested. What you will do is you will wait. You will scalp it. जो हिंदी में मैंने बोला था, आप ताड़ोगे इसको. You will wait for the trend, the stocks to go at least above the 34. And the best case scenario is when the order changes. See, now it has taken a time and now the order has changed. Once the order has changed, now you apply aim and shoot. Once the order, see the order has changed. Once the order has changed, you put aim and shoot. This is aim, not a shoot yet. This is aim. Now you get a shoot. Look, this was a shoot. This was a aim. This was a aim because stochastic has fallen below 20. Next bar, you get a shoot. The moment next bar you get a shoot, you will look to buy above this zone. You will use this as a stop loss. And if the market goes up, there you go. You got to move. This move. I'll repeat. 2nd of May, JSW Steel came down below 10. It is alerting us the stock can bounce back. You come to this section, your executor. The moment you come to executor, if it's in a negative order, you keep a close watch on the stock. First and foremost, you would want the stock to go above the 34 period average first. The best case scenario is always when the stock gets into a positive order. If the stock gets into a positive order, it has improved. Once it has improved, see, it has improved over here. After that, you will closely watch for aim and shoot. This is the first aim, this bar. Not a shoot yet, not a shoot yet, not a shoot yet. Once again an aim, and now a shoot. Then you buy above these highs, keep the low as a stop loss. You might get a move. Okay, let me show you some more examples. So if you look into the list that we have got, let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is trying to bottom out. Bank Nifty is likely to go above. So first thing I would like to see is Bank Nifty closing above the 34 period average. Once it closes above the 34 period average, I will start looking at aim and shoot. Better is when it goes into a positive order. The moment it goes into a positive order, after that I will implement aim and shoot. Okay, aim and shoot in the 15-minute chart also works good individually. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Even if you do not use the decider, you only use the aim and shoot in the 15-minute chart, what should you be looking at? Look at Bank Nifty. Has the Bank Nifty gone into a downtrend? The order is negative. Yes, sir, the order is negative. Fine. How many times did it go to an aim? See, aim, third, fourth time, fifth and sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time. 9 times it has gone into an aim. Once it goes into an aim, look down here. Has it given you a shoot? No. Shoot? Not yet. Not yet. It's gone into an aim again. Yes. Now it has given me a shoot. See this. I have hidden the candlesticks. Now let's see how does a candlestick look like over here. This is the candlestick. Now if you use the aim and shoot, this is the candlestick. You will be looking to sell below this use the high as the stop loss. You got executed and you got stopped out. The moment you get stopped out, it again goes into an aim. Yes, it goes into an aim, not a shoot, new shoot. Now this candle tells you it's a shoot. You sell below this, put the high as the stop loss, you get a beautiful fall. Obviously, all the trades will not work in our favor. Is there a way we can filter these? There is a way, I'll show you, but trust me, it is very difficult that you will get 100% strike rate. You have to go through these small losses so that you can enjoy these profits. Okay, when it goes into an aim again, it goes into an aim here again. When was the shoot? 1, 2, 3. It gives a shoot here. So you can sell below this. You can use the previous high as a stop loss, or if that candle is long enough, use that candle's high. If I take this, I will use the previous swing highs as the stop loss. We get another move. Aim, not a shoot. फिर से aim, shoot. Sell below this, use this as a stop loss. 1, 2, beautiful 2 candles, sell off. Not an aim, almost an aim, hua nahi. We got an aim here, not a shoot, not a shoot, a new shoot. This, when you're now, please pay attention. This, when it's telling you to shoot, that is when it's telling you to sell below this, you turn it into a line chart. Now, please, though someone had asked about divergences, right? When you turn into a line chart, do you see that the market is coming down? It's falling down? Yes. You look at the aim as well as the shoot. Are they going up? Yes. This is a positive divergence. When you get a positive divergence in a shoot, please guys, do not take that trade. Do not take that trade. If you do not understand divergences, you go to YouTube, you search for a video where I have explained divergences. Please go through this video. I'm also going to give you the link here. These are the 3 videos. I'll repeat. When you are getting a shoot, you have to look, आपको देखना पड़ेगा, is there anything which is contradicting? In this, it is clearly contradicting. As the market is going further down, you saw that the stochastic is going up. Do not take this trade. Please do not take this trade. Number 2, come to this point where this went wrong and this went right, correct? This trade went wrong, this trade went right. If you remember, look over here. As I turn it into a line chart, look, the prices were going up. Look, the indicator was coming down. This is a negative divergence. When you get an aim and shoot and a negative divergence, that's like a gold mine. Just go for it. Simply go for it. I'll repeat again, this is important because all aim and shoot are not going to work. I'm showing you aim and shoot on an individual basis. It's a downtrend. Every time it goes to an aim, you wait for the shoot. Ideally, also, one more thing you should remember. यहाँ पे aim हुआ था 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gave a shoot after 5 bars. You remember the rule I shared with you, 0 to 3 bars. It should ideally be 0 to 3 bars, not after such a long time. Okay? It's always good if we get between 0 to 3 bars. Even if you are taking the trade, fine, your stop loss hit. But you should not miss this trade. Why? Because it had the help from negative divergence. Okay? Okay, questions? Questions, please. Okay. I'll start. It's very confusing. You're telling selling, not taking about buying. What we need to do if blue line crosses red line above, shall we need to buy? Okay, Preeti. Preeti, exit. Yes, exit and target. I'll tell you. First, let me explain to Preeti. Preeti, I'll take you one by one. You decide on a list of stocks. End of day. You decide on a list of stocks 9:30 based on opening highs and opening lows. Okay. Now you come to the executor, which is the 15-minute chart. If the 15-minute chart order 13, 21, 34 matches with your higher time frame, perfect, go with it. Perfect, go with it. Many a times it may not match. Many a times it may not match, like it is not matching this time. When it does not match, you keep a close watch. You may not get the move immediately, but eventually. I repeat. For example, एक example ले लेते हैं. We got Bata. We got Bata. Bata was in our buy radar, but when I look into the executor, is it in a positive order? No. So the point that I'm trying to make is it may not move immediately, but it will move eventually. So you keep a close watch on Bata from Monday. Wait for the order to change. Once the order changes, then you implement aim and shoot. Aim and shoot is made up of two stochastics. 411 is aim, 532 is shoot.
It's 3 o'clock.
How do we implement this? Say, if you want to do a buy trade, let's say we come here. This is a positive order. For a buy trade, aim should go below 20. Once aim goes below 20, like over here, you will come down to the shoot. Shoot, Preeti, will always happen with aim or one or two candles after aim. You see in this example, this was aim, this was still an aim. Now we got a shoot. The moment you get a shoot, you buy above that high, keep the previous low as the stop loss. This is on the buy side. On the sell side, let's say we come here. This is an aim. This is still an aim because we've not got a shoot yet. And this is a shoot. This is a shoot because stochastics K has cut stochastics D from the above. I am making an assumption that you understand stochastics. If you don't, not a problem. It's not a big deal. You only have to look for the cross downs. Look, this is a cross down. This is a cross up. The value of the blue line should fall below the value of the red line. This is an aim. This is a shoot. Number one. Now, because in the current situation, we are in such a situation where we are not getting a match between these, you can also use aim and shoot stand alone. Using aim and shoot stand alone means you are not looking at the decider. Let's say you come to the 15-minute chart. This is the Nifty 15-minute chart. You don't even know what is there in the decider. Can you see that the order is on the downside? Yes. If the order is on the downside, you will use aim and shoot to buy or sell. To sell. Perfect. Where will you sell? When I get an aim. What is an aim? When stochastics 411 goes above 80. This is the case. And when do I shoot? When the stochastics 532 cross downs, like here. Okay, let's make it a Japanese candlestick chart down here. So what is the rule? You will be selling this, keeping this as a stop loss. It triggers you and it takes you out. As it takes you out, does it go into an aim again? Yes, sir, it goes into an aim again. And where does it give you a shoot? There, it gives me a shoot. Let's go to a candlestick on this candlestick. Now, the differentiating factor between these two trades, this is making a higher high. This is making a lower high. This is also making a lower high. This is a negative divergence. The moment you spot a negative divergence alongside aim and shoot, please sell below this, put the high as the stop loss, you will get a move. As the order continues to stay down, you look for new aim right here. Shoot, not yet, yeah, over here, shoot over here. So you'll be looking to sell below this low. It goes into an aim again, shoots. Big long candle shoot, I will ask you not to sell. Aim again, shoot, sell below this. When you're selling at lower levels, एक चीज देखिए, please pay attention. The last, because before I go to questions, look at this cell and look at this cell. This sell point is coming after a rally. This sell point is coming after a fall. Whenever you get a shoot after a fall, not after a rise, whenever you get a shoot after a fall, always check for divergences. If the market is coming down and the indicators are going up, these are sign of positive divergences. Do not take those trades. Try to take those trades where it's an orderly uptrend or downtrend. We got a defined aim and shoot. Also, we got a divergence. These trades generally do not go wrong. Orderly trend, aim and shoot, divergences. I hope, Preeti, you've understood. I've tried my best and hope you've understood. If not, I'll explain it to you also. Exit, yes. The exit is, so let's take this example. If you had taken this trade, your entry point is 10,782. If you're taking that trade, your entry point is 10,782. Let's round it to 10,780. This is where you're going to sell. And your stop loss is going to be the high of the candle, which is 10,813. So let's round it to 10,815. This is your entry and this is your stop loss. So you're looking at 20 and 15, that is 35 points, correct? When you're doing intraday trades, even if you get 1:1, that is where you should ideally partially book full, or you should trail your stop loss. Means from 10,780, you subtract 35 points. That is 10,745. The moment it comes to 10,745, you're getting 1:1. I would say as an intraday trader, you should do one trade, get 1:1, you out of it. 10,745. It made a low of 10,740. This is where you book out. Done. Your trade is done. One, you get triggered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles. That's it. 1 hour, 15 minutes. This is your target. Keep a target of 1:1. Intraday trades, correct? You don't have too much time. If you get 1:1, I will request you to come out. I hope the target has been taken care of. Can be used for options, Ramesh? Yes, it can be used for options, but do use them for the liquid options like Nifty, Bank Nifty, Tata Steel, SBI, and those. Don't use them for the illiquid options. SL, use the previous highs. Nikhil, let's look into this example again. Use the previous highs. So this was aim, this was shoot. I'll zoom in. This candle was shoot, this candle was shoot. The candle where you get a shoot, sell below that candle's low or buy above that candle's high, whatever trade you're doing. Use the previous swing high or the low as your stop loss. Okay, Nikhil? Between the aim and the shoot, there should be 0 to 3 bars. Balakrishna, the moment you're getting an aim, when do you get an aim? When 411 goes above 80. And when do you get a shoot? When the 532 crosses over. Between the aim and the shoot, the best case scenario is a difference of 0 to 3 bars. Okay? Long case I had taken, Ganesh, so I hope that it's clear. We took the example of Bata. Since the EMA sequence are negative, would it be prudent to look for aim for sell purpose only and then shoot? Possible. That's what you can use aim and shoot as a standalone, Neil. You can use that, especially on the Nifty Bank Nifty. You can use it standalone. Look over here, the examples which I've shown you over the last 3 days. In the 15-minute chart, if you had used aim and shoot from this price point, you would have continued to get sell triggers. The best trade was this one. It's always good you take the best trades. The best trade is a combination of 3 things: order on the downside or upside. This is a downside, so I'm taking a downside example. Order, an aim and a shoot, which got confirmed on this candlestick, and on that candlestick, when you look into the previous highs, you got divergence. When you have these 3 aligned together, that is the best trade that you can take. Coming back to the first point, less is more. Less is more. So in this entire Nifty fall, this was one of the best trades that you can do. This also was a good trade, but by the time it gave me an aim, by the time it gave me a shoot, a lot of the fall had already happened. Okay. Mehul, you can use the 13, 21, 20, 34, not 24, 13, 21, 34 in any time frames. Yes. Now, if you come to the decider and you look at the 930 rule, which is the opening highs and opening lows, the stocks which have made an opening high or an opening low, unpe bhi aap aim and shoot apply kijiye. Look at Nifty. Nifty future. This is yesterday's candlestick. Opening high. Open is equal to high. When the open is equal to high, for that particular day, your approach is negative. Fine. You come to the 15-minute chart. You can use a 5-minute chart, anything you wish to. Let's say we come to the 5-minute chart. From where did yesterday's trading start? Yesterday's trading started from here. This was the first candle. This was the first candle from yesterday. You ask yourself, what's the order? Negative. Can I use aim and shoot? Yes, definitely you can use aim and shoot. Every time it goes to an aim, you wait for the shoot. The best trades will happen are this one. Look at this one. This one. You've got a divergence. This is an aim. You get a shoot here. You've got a divergence. It falls. It goes to an aim. Goes to an aim. Gives a shoot. Look at this trade. Goes to an aim. Gives a shoot. Sell below this. Keep the high as a stop loss. Falls. Goes to an aim. Gives a shoot. Now when it's falling, I told you, when it's falling, you please change into a line chart and see. Look over here what's happening. Is the market coming down? This guy is going up. This guy is going up. Please be careful. As it goes up, it goes into an aim. It gives another shoot. Sell below this, high as the stop loss. So can this be used in 5-minute, 15-minute, 3-minute? Yes. The lower time frame you go, higher the volatility. I generally stick to the 15-minute time frame. And I generally look for an order, aim and shoot, and divergence. I would not chase each and every aim and shoot. No point trading each and every one of them. But definitely a mistake if I miss this trade, this one. Okay, let me look at the questions. While trading in Nifty Bank Nifty, which chart to follow, spot or future? I'll suggest you follow the future. It can be, Naveen, can be done in any software. You can use the free softwares also. It will give you the same. For intraday trades, I suggest you should have a software. Your broker should allow you to a good trading platform. Sideways markets, David, the important thing is the moment you use E13, 21, 34 or the 89, up sideways markets se nikal jayenge. You will be in a trending market. The sideways markets will not come. The moment you have an order, it's a trending market. Okay. Divergences, Mehul, I will not be able to explain to you. I'm sorry, in this webinar. We did a webinar on divergences on RSI. Please go through this video. Please go through this profitable technical analysis divergences. This will explain to you. Trust me. Okay. Exit, I've shown it to you. Divergence, Avinash, please requesting you to check that. You have any doubts, put it on the YouTube or drop me an email. I'll explain the divergence concept. But trust me, if you go through the video, divergence, you will easily understand. Okay, Sarath, thank you. Indra, right. If we do not use decider, then how to scan stocks? If you do not use the decider, you just scan the stocks in the particular time frame, right? So you come here, you say average short long E13, E21, and you decide your time frame. From daily, you go to intraday, 15 minutes above the average. So 13 is above 21. You come here, short long E21, E34, intraday 15. So what I'm saying is, if you don't want to use the decider, it's always good if you have the decider as well as the executor. But if you want to just change it to the 15 minutes, see, this is a 15 minute, I5, I15, 15 minute, 13, 21, 21, 34. They are above each other. So we've got an order. You want to do it on an hourly, you can do it on hourly. You want to do it on a 75 minutes, you can do it on a 75 minutes. All right, Indra, I hope this is clear. Paid softwares does give an edge, Mohammed, in terms of these scanning. जो scanning मैं आपको करके दिखा रहा हूँ, these scannings which I'm showing you right now in front of you, this is how the paid software comes into the picture. It's always good if you're doing intraday trading, guys. It's better you invest in a good software. Okay. Rahul, yes, the shoot will come 1 bar after the aim. Okay, minimum 1 bar after. MACD can be used, Suresh, but try and understand. Suresh, MACD is a lagging indicator. When are you doing intraday trading, you have to use a faster indicator. MACD is good for positional trading. I will suggest not to use it for intraday. Okay, thank you. I hope you have understood. Preeti, I'm requesting you to please answer if you have understood, because you didn't get aim and shoot well. So I'll explain it to you once again. I hope you have recording. As I told you guys, the coordinators will take care of that question. Stop loss target, again I explained, Nikhil and Kamal. Stop loss will be your previous high or previous low. Your target will be 1:1. The reason I'm requesting you to keep 1:1, why? Because we're doing intraday trades, right? We don't have too much time. So Xavier, 13, 21, 34, which you have asked for EMS, essentially helps in the order. Always flow with the market. The whatever understanding I have had with reading or trading myself is, if we stay in line with the market, the probability of making money is higher than going opposite. That's why I'm putting the 13, 21, 34 in the executor. Okay, let's try and understand how. Okay, let's try and understand this thing. Look at the way the market fell in the last 4 days. Brutal, right? Look at how these 4 days look in the 15-minute chart, right? If you had tried to bottom pick, it would have been very, very difficult. Look, if you had done aim and shoot for buying, it would have been disastrous. Every time you bought, it fell. Every time you bought, you fell. But if you have used aim and shoot or a stochastics crossover for the short trades, they have a better tendency to work than the longs. Why? Because of this. Because of this. So this is very important. This is very important. Okay. Where are your questions? 1 minute, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I got your questions. Can we use this as a commodity? Yes, you can. Target Kamal Raj is 1:1. Kamal Raj, your entry point minus your stop loss. Whatever is your risk, 1:1 is your target. Okay. Yes, Mehul can also be used for long positions as well as short positions because the market currently is in such a situation. So मैं आपको एक long दिखाया था मैंने आपको. I've shown you a long, but if you tell me, let me look into few stocks. Most of the markets, see most of the 15-minute charts as I'm opening one after the other. They're all okay. Look, let's look at this. Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance, both the stocks were doing well. Look at this positive order. Okay. It goes into a name, stays into a name, gives you a shoot here on this candle, this small candle. It gives a shoot. This is like a bullish harami pattern. This is like an inside bar. You buy above this, you put use the lows as a stop loss. Got to move. This is on the long side. Okay. Bajaj Finance maybe आपको मिलेगा, I'm sure, because that stock also moved really well. Look over here. Aim and shoot. Aim and shoot. Aim, shoot. Buy above this, the previous lows as a stop loss. Aim and shoot again, creeping up here on the last minute of yesterday's trade. Aim, shoot. You have to buy above this, low as the stop loss. 2-3 candles move, not much. So aim and shoot will work well if you flow with the order. Please stay with the order. At best trade can we have 2 trades. It's better you have like 1 to 3 trades is perfect. Don't take more than that. And remember one thing, if you have done aim and shoot or any intraday trades and you've got a good profit, don't take the other signals. Just enjoy the profit. Okay, wait for the good setup to come. Exit Dilip will be same. 3-minute trade, 5-minute trade, 15-minute trade. Exit is 1:1. Please, 1:1. In my software, I'm not able to find 13, 21, 34. Then what should I use? Then please, Kirti Kumar, then use a 50 period exponential moving average. Okay. Agar if your software is not allowing you to plot 3 moving averages, then only plot 1 moving average, that is the exponential 50 or 55. Divergence, Devendra, I would love to explain, but इस webinar में नहीं होगा. It's not possible in this webinar. Please go through this video. It will explain to you everything. Okay. Parameters of stochastics, yes, I'll show it to you. After this, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. You collate all your doubts. There'll be some feedbacks. Okay. Parameters, stochastics 411. If your software is asking for only 2 parameters, use 4 and 1. When you use 411 stochastics, your overbought oversold is 80-20. Number 1. That is aim. Same indicator, stochastics, is used for shoot. For shoot, you use 532. Again, if your software is not allowing you with 3 inputs, use 53. Okay, the overbought oversold is 80-20. Okay, all right, so it's 325, 322. We'll take a 5-8 minute break. I have taken till question of Mr. Lalit at 3:10. I'll take up all the rest of the questions. Please put down your questions. I'll request you to give your feedback also. This will help us to improve these. Please put down your questions. I'll answer all of them. Okay, so I'll be back again online after 7 minutes at 3:30. All right, thank you. All right. Yes, the webinar feedback form is shared here. Hi, everyone. Please fill it up. We've got seven. I'll take a quick 5-6 minute break. Put down all your doubts. I'll take care of all of them. All right. Thank you. All right, let's take up the questions now. The last section, this is purely Q&A. I'll take up your questions. 310, I had spoken about the parameters, the stochastics. Uh, yes, Jayaprakash, most of these paid softwares will give you alert on the orders on aim and shoot or any other strategy that you fill up. Open is high means open price is above the high of the previous. No, Balkrishna, open high means when you go through this video, which I had shown you on my YouTube channel, opening highs and opening lows, open is equal to high. Let me show you an example. Who's this? Bajaj Finance daily chart. Okay. Okay, so this is the Bajaj Finance daily chart. Can I show you an opening high or an opening low here? Let me check. Yes. Look over here. 1645.15 is the open. 1645.15 is also the high. This is open equal to high. When open is equal to high, the day is likely to be negative. Look over here. Open is equal to low, 1610.20, 1610.20. When open is equal to low, that day is likely to be positive. Open equal to high, that day is likely to be negative. The same thing happened with the Nifty future on Friday. Open was equal to high, and Friday the market fell. Open equal to low on the Nifty future, if I can find for you, would lead to, look over here, this was on the 23rd of Jan. When open and the low price are the same, that day is likely to be positive. When open and high is the same, that day is likely to be negative. Ankit, no point trailing stop loss when you're doing intraday trades. Keep a target of 1:1. You get the target, you get out. No point in trailing. Okay. Trade Tiger, 2 parameters. Prasad, I told you what to use. Bajaj Finance chart, I showed you. This was the before this. I showed you the Bajaj Finance chart only. Let me open it up for you. Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finance. This is the daily chart. This is the 15-minute chart. Pure order, aim and shoot coming up here, and the last aim and shoot we got was here, over here, right? This was Bajaj Finance. So I've shown you the Darshan, few examples. Chintan, see, yes, it might sound a little complicated because what I have done, because I wanted to, add a lot of inputs in this webinar. So I approached it from EOD 930 and all the things that I use. Okay, Chintan, if this is a complicated, I would request you pick up any one. Essentially, what I've shown you are 3 different techniques: this, and this being the executor. If you want to pick up any one to keep it as uncluttered, and keep it simple, Chintan and everyone, start with this. The order 13, 21, 34 and aim and shoot. That's it. Just focus on this. And I would strongly suggest from Monday, look for those stocks where open equal to high and where open equal to low. If you find an open equal to high candidate, then please use aim and shoot in the 15-minute. If you find an open equal to low candidate, please use the aim and shoot in the 15. The classic example of what I said right now is your Nifty future. Open equal to high on Friday. So this is my short candidate for the day. You got aim and shoot here as well as here. So this is your short candidate. Please, if you find this a little confusing, please stick to this. This is very simple. Chintan, I hope this is fine. Especially, I would request those whose question I am answering directly, request you to please reply back so that I know that our effort is being taken, you're making full use of the time that you're spending with me. Okay. Yes, Amit, you can put in the spot price as well as the future price, not a problem at all. The use of 3 EMA Balakrishna is to give you a good orderly trend, orderly nice trend. Okay, one moving average is still good, but 3 gives us a nice orderly trend. This is the answer, Devendra, for 3 moving averages, a proper trend. Yes, you can do that, Bhavya Raj Singh. If the market is down and you're getting a buy trade on your stock, should I go for it? Yes, you can go for it. Look at what has happened with Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance in the last couple of days, right? How much data? Yes, for intraday, I would suggest put at least a month. That is 20 period intraday data. Okay, exit is 1:1. Few of you have also asked about the exit. Is 1:1. 1:1 mean if you have bought a stock at 100 rupees. So if you've bought a stock at 100 rupees and you've put the stop loss at 95, then your risk is 5 points. And on the upside, if you get 105 points, this should be your target one. You should ideally book out on 1:1. If you want to make consistent profit on intraday trading, I'll request you to take profits. Okay, do not be lenient, lazy doing intraday trades. You can do that on your positional trades. You can keep the trades for 2-3 days more, 2-3 weeks more, but don't do that for intraday. Intraday is hit and run. It's just make profits and get out. Okay, 1:1 I explained. I hope this works. Indra, thank you. You got my point. Where I can buy the software, you can look for spidersoftwareindia.com. You can look for reliable software. There are so many softwares. Please, Anant Krishnan, if you've understood the concept, obviously you'll be able to implement it any software. This software is Iris Plus from the Spider software. Just do a Spider software on Google, you'll find it out. Titash, how are you? Stochastics period as shown you 411 and 532. Metastock, you can do that, Nirmal, easily, not a problem. Good software, Madhav, is a software which helps you to scan and give you alerts. Iris Plus, Spider is a good software. Falcon 7 is also a good software. Use either of these two, they'll work for you. Yes, Martin, they will work in commodities as well. Mr. Pi, I do not know. I would not, talking about the software price, I'll request you to check with the software personnel themselves directly. Open interest, volumes, Mohammed Faisal, there's no point of looking at them. Focus on price. Remember, we're talking about intraday, right? So quick, agile, alert, quick trades, quick entry, quick exit. Loss में भी होता है तो quickly निकल जाने का. If we get profits, we should book it out. Okay. Mr. Pai, I hope I've answered your questions. That is, you've asked about the price of the software. We are not going to trail the stop loss. Deep, as I mentioned some time back, just put your 1:1 target. If it goes right, it will come quickly. Yes, Joe Thomas. So most of the softwares are EOD as well as real time. So you can check Spider software because so many questions are being asked about the software. I will show you the website. You can check with them. No alternate for stochastics. I'm very sorry. It will be very difficult to show you any alternate for stochastics. Why is the website not opening? Okay, as it takes time to open, I'll just go through the other questions. Do we need to trade only on stocks? It's very good. You should, Balakrishna, keep a close watch on the opening highs and the opening lows. They give you a good set of stocks. Bhanu Prasad Sudha, I think I've explained it to you. Open is equal to high. Nifty Fridays, Nifty Future Fridays candle is an opening high. Always look for opening highs, opening lows after the first 5-10 minutes. 9:30 is a good time. So give yourself 15 minutes time to figure out which are the stocks which have made an opening high and an opening low. Software, Spider software, I've shown it to you in front of you. I'll also show you reliable software, reliable.co.in. These are the two good softwares which are there in India. You can definitely check them. It's pretty good. Result day, Suresh, yes, volatility is high. You might do, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. When I know there's a result coming in, intraday may not, positional I do, but intraday I generally stay away because the volatility is so much, you might get stopped out. Okay. Amal, I hope I've not missed your questions. Let's see. So there are a lot of questions coming in to look at this chart, look at that chart. I'll try and take few of them later. Let me check if there's any conceptual question or not. Then I'll take up those questions, like opening up DMart and Sriram Transport and all those. I want to see any conceptual doubts is there. My objective is to make you understand the concept. Trailing stop loss, Pushpendra, as I answered some time back, no need. New view for my Nifty, Bank Nifty next week. Market has come off quite sharply. They are definitely oversold. They will give a short-term bounce back. If they don't bounce back quickly within the next 2 to 3 days, then I think, Sriram, there can be some more weakness coming up. Yes, you can do them in Nifty, Bank Nifty. Ajay, nothing like this if you can trade only the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, because the liquidity is very, very good. That's the best thing about trading Bank Nifty and Nifty. Okay, EMA crossover, Venkatesh, I don't do EMA crossovers. They are very lagging. So don't trade the moving average crossovers anymore. Bajaj Finance example, I just shown you after getting shown. Yes, with respect to the 15-minute chart, Kailash Nath, when you're getting the signal, you should, the moment you get a shoot, aim tells you to keep a close watch, shoot tells you to enter. You have to wait for the shoot. Once the shoot is complete, if it's a buy shoot, you buy above the high. If it's a sell shoot, you sell below the low. I repeat again, aim comes from Stochastics 411. Aim is telling you to be alert. Shoot comes from Stochastics 532. Once the shoot is complete, it can be a buy shoot. If it's a buy shoot, buy above that candle's high. If it's a sell shoot, sell below that candle's low. Yes, I mentioned almost a month's time, 20 days of intraday data. Okay. Software's names I have shown you. Overbought and oversold for stochastics, aim and shoot, Prashant, is 80 overbought, 20 oversold. Yes, for the opening highs and opening lows, Jayaprakash, the executor is the same 15 minutes with the 3 moving averages and aim and shoot. If the decider is telling you to buy and the executor is not telling you to buy, Chandrakant, you wait. Like I shown you a couple of examples, exactly current example, all the stocks have gone oversold. None of them have given a signal on the 15-minute. You wait. Okay. I have no clue Karnataka, what will happen to Karnataka, but I know that if the stocks which I choose, they fit on my radar, I will trade. That's it. What Karnataka has to do, they will take care of themselves. I have to take care of my trades. So if I think about Karnataka, it will become very difficult. Trading on the mobile, Navin, it will become difficult. For these kind of trades, it's a little professional. It's intraday. You need to have a software. It's better you have a software. Okay. No, Kailashnath, as I mentioned just some time back, please wait for the shoot to complete. Okay, I am taking one by one question. So, you're putting in each question multiple times. Don't worry, I will not miss out any of your doubts. Please wait for the shoot to complete. Once the shoot is complete in the 15-minute bar, you will buy above the high or you will sell below the low. Okay, investing.com and all those things are good. They are pretty good. Tradingview.com, they're good softwares, Nirmal, but for intraday you cannot work with a delayed software. You have to have their professional version. Okay. Yes, Xavier, when the decider and executor are both, see, when are they both? When the market is in a strong uptrend or in a strong downtrend. When we have a one-way bias market on the upside, decider and executor goes hand in hand. Currently, the market has gone very choppy. It went up sharply, it came down sharply. That is why we are getting this mismatch. Okay. Also, when the market crashes and it's in a strong downtrend, the decider and executor will match. When the decider executor matches, obviously those are high probability trades. Okay, Niket, we are getting mainly selling because market has come off for the last 4 days. Whatever stock we are opening in the 15-minute chart, please understand, all of them have come down. But then we did take Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance, few odd stocks which have gone up. So those were your buying examples. Softwares, all the questions pertaining to the softwares, I've shown you the Spider software website as well as the Reliable software. Both of them work pretty good, not a problem. It's very good if you can trade Bank Nifty on these, Lalit. It will work very good for you because mainly because of its liquidity. Corporate announcement, results, dividend, if it's there, Suresh, you may just simply avoid the stock that day, right? Mr. Pai, yes, you see this concept will tell you which stock where to enter, right? Once you've got a stock, let's say Bank Nifty or Tata Steel, if you're an options trader, then there's another layer of analysis that you have to do is which strike price and delta and theta and other Greeks that you have to consider. That's a long list. That's obviously we will not be able to discuss this on this webinar. It's not pertaining to this webinar per se. But a good thing is if you've spotted an opportunity and you want to execute in the options rather than the futures, you might go for the calls and the puts. Try and do at the money. Try and do and take up those which are at the money. See, whether Jasmine, you want to double the quantity or quadruple the quantity, definitely up to you. I would suggest whenever you execute something new, take it small step. Okay, just when you were born, you did not start running, right? You took few steps, you fell, you took few steps. Now you can close your eyes and run. So please do one lot at a time or few stocks at a time. Once you are getting a hang of it, a good hold of it, confidence is high, then you double or quadruple your quantity. Okay. Opening high, opening lows, Jayaprakash, I showed you Nifty future daily chart was a good example of an opening high. We've shown multiple examples on that. Plus, I have given the link of the YouTube video. Go through that. I have explained opening high, opening low in detail over there. No additional parameter needed for the decider, Lalit. Okay. I don't think there is any website, Amit, which helps you to scan the market real time. Alternate to stochastics is Williams percentage R, Amal. If you're looking for an alternative to the stochastics indicator, then it is Williams percentage R. The Williams percentage R is an indicator which is an alternative to the stochastics indicator. So you can look at that. All right, Balakrishna, thank you. The day itself, how do we know? You give it a little time, Rakesh. After 10-15 minutes at 9:30, you will know which are the stocks. If you just quickly look into your universe of stocks, you will know. If you're using a software, the software will let you know which are the stocks which have made an opening high and opening low. EMA 13, 21, 34, that's the order of the three moving averages, which you will plot over here. You will look for a negative order like this for a short or a positive order like this for a long trade. Okay. Don't go for indicator based exit, Pawan. I would rather suggest go for a 1:1 just exit. Until and unless the indicator is giving you a divergence, I will suggest not to go for an indicator based exit. These things, Rakesh, can be done on EOD charts also. You can do them on the daily, weekly charts, not a problem. Okay. Shrikant, I mean the opening high and opening low of the day, not 9:15 or 9:30. When the market opens at 9:15, whatever price it opens is also the highest point of the day so far. Okay. Supply and demand of price movement, Nurul, it's a basic question, but obviously the charts can tell you a bit about that. Nikhil has asked about Ashok Leyland. So we'll take a couple of charts. I'm just looking at those questions which are conceptual. Many repetitions of open and highs. So that's why it's good that I have that video ready. Ravi is all clear. Thank you. So listen, if you have any other questions, I'll give you my email ID. You can drop them. You can drop it to the coordinators also here. They'll forward it to me. I will take up those questions. Obviously, we need to understand that 250 of us in this webinar, a lot of questions, many repetitive questions also. I'm doing my best to answer them. If I miss out on anything, please drop an email. I'll take care of that. Okay. Chart link. I've never used Krishnan Manohar. Might be useful. I don't know investing will give you 411 or 532 or not. Okay. This seminar was useful. Thank you, Bhagwan. I'm glad that you liked it. Very useful seminar. Thanks a lot, Ganesh. Soft copy of this training, all these things, recording of the webinar, soft copy of the training, all these things will be taken care by the coordinators. Swing trading, yes, this is a swing trading strategy. Ganesh Chakravarti, it is essentially a swing trading strategy. The order and the aim and shoot, which I showed you, so it should work. List of liquid stocks, I'll email it to you. I'll just give you the email ID. Just drop in a mail there. I will reply that to you. Yeah, software for Mac. Priyank, I use a Mac, but you need to work on a bootcamp or a parallels because no softwares work on Mac. They will only work on Windows. Yes, you can apply them in global indices like Dow Jones, and just make sure whatever you're applying them, they should be liquid. More the liquidity, the better. That's why I keep on saying for Bank Nifty, they will work better. Why stochastics 411 line is showing one line? I told you before this, because it is 411. So we are not given any average. That's why it's just showing only one line. 411 will always give you one line. 532 will always give you two lines. That is how it is created. Ganesh, I hope I've answered. See, I'm taking one by one question. So please hold on to your patience if I've not reached your question yet. Okay. Ramana, it's very confusion. You're only selling, not talking about buying. That is the reason why, sir, try and understand. The reason why we are talking only of selling is when you look at the 15-minute chart, because the last 4 days have sold off, all the stocks have come down, right? So I understand you don't like to sell. That's okay. That's why we took up examples of Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finance. So let's see, I'm showing you the charts of the FNO stocks. This is a 15-minute chart. You see all of them are in a downtrend. They're all coming down. That's why in today's webinar, we managed to talk about mainly selling. Not a problem at all. I'll take up few longs for you. Okay, let's see over here. Britannia. Sir, Mr. Ramana, please stay with us. This is a long example. I don't want you to get confused. That is not the idea. This is a long example, the 15-minute chart of Britannia. Sir, as you can see, we are in a positive order. All the moving averages are in order. Number one. Number two, what do you want? An aim. How can you get an aim? Stochastics 411 should fall below 20 over here. Got it. Now you need a shoot. Where did you get a shoot? We got a shoot over here. How did we get a shoot? 532. Look down over here. It had given a crossover. So let's turn it into a Japanese candlestick chart. Buy above this, low as the stop loss. You got a quick move. Intraday trade. So we're looking around 4 to 5 candlestick moves on the upside or downside. This is an example on Britannia. I'll repeat, sir, again, because the market has come down the last 4 days. I don't want to show you any stale old examples. At the current juncture, most of the stocks are in a downtrend. The moment I find a positive, there's another one, Colgate Palmolive. Positive uptrend, yes. Oh, nice order. When do we get an aim and shoot? Multiple times we've got an aim and shoot. The last time we got an aim and shoot was here. Aim, and we got a shoot. Buy above this, low as the stop loss. Before this, we got an aim here and we got a shoot. Buy above this, low as the stop loss, right? So these are the examples for a long market. If in the last 4 days, Mr. Ramana and everyone else, please understand, if in the last 4-5 days, if the market had all gone up, most of the examples will have been long examples, buying examples. Then you would have asked me why there are no sell examples. So I hope this is clear, sir. Okay. I hope this is clear. I would appreciate if you can drop in a reply to that. Okay. Thanks a lot. Okay. Futures universe is what I use. So we've got 5 minutes more. I'm just rushing through the questions. I'm looking for any new questions. Lot of repetitions of those which I'm not taking if I've answered your questions before. I'm looking for some new questions if it's there. Answer please, Sai. If I've missed your question, I do not see your question. Mr. Sai, I do not see your question. Please, if you can put it. 9:30, opening highs, opening lows, please check at 9:30. So you've used my other webinars and the techniques. You use them standalone, Rudra. You use them as standalone as explained earlier by me, right? Yes, Atul, you can use them in higher time frames also. Okay. You can definitely use them in the daily chart. Just experiment yourself. Atul, check the same system in the daily, monthly chart. Check whether they're working for you or not. Zero the Pi, Alexander, I've not used myself, so I will not be able to say whether these will work or not. If they have these indicators, stochastics, RSI, moving averages, these are basic indicators. Any platform will have them. Any platform should have them. Yeah, I appreciate, I understand that this recording of this webinar will definitely help you because it was a little heavy duty. Go through them, please try and understand. This webinar does not mean that you cannot reach me after this. You can definitely reach me after this. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop in your doubts. I'll reply to them. Okay, don't feel that if the time is out, oh, I did not make full use of the webinar. Please, no. What I want everyone to do is whatever little understanding you've had, exercise it, check if you've understood it right. You might get some doubt, very natural. Get back to me. Okay. Mr. Pai, I use mainly the FNO universe for my intraday trades, for any kind of trades that I do. In a hammer, engulfing, Naninag, yeah, if it comes there with the shoot, it's good. If it does not come with the shoot, doesn't matter. If the candlestick is supporting, it's fine. If it's not supporting, it's still fine.
Abhijit.
Yeah.
2 more questions, please.
Yeah, all right, 2 more questions. All right. So I've got 2 more questions. So I'm seeing a lot of repetitions of the questions. Period, Williams percentage R should be the same. Wow, a lot of questions. Yes, I'll share those 100 list. Okay, very good. Thank you, Sudhir. Awesome webinar. Thank you, Saurav. Okay, guys. Can I use EMA 5, 13, 21? Amit, please stick to 13, 21, 34. You can experiment. Please experiment. If it's better, use 5, 13, 21. If it's not good, stick to 13, 21, 34, please. 9:30, Sai, please, Mr. Sai, please use 9:30 check open equal to high. Okay. The opening price of the day is at the highest point of today's day so far. That is what the opening high means. All right. Okay, so I need to close today's webinar. Thanks for joining in, everyone. I know I've not managed to probably answer all your questions. If I've left out, please drop in a question to the coordinators. They'll pass on your question to me. I'll make sure that I answer all your doubts. If you have any doubt pertaining to opening high, opening low, go to that YouTube video. It will be clear. Trust me, that's the reason why I've made that video. If you have any doubt pertaining to divergences, please go to that video. I'm sure all your doubts will be clear. All right. Thanks for joining in. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhijit, for such a wonderful session. So thank you so much, all of you, for participating in this webinar on intraday trading strategies that earned from by Abhijit Paul. The recordings, there were a lot of questions related to recordings of the webinar. Friends, recording of the webinar will be shared by Monday, max by the end of the day Monday. All right, you can expect it by 2 p.m. though, but I'll just be a little on the safer side and will ask for end of the day Monday. All of you will get the recording. The way of accessing your recording is you have to log into your eLearn Markets account, check your My account, and in that you will have the My Webinar section where you will have the recording of your session available to you for lifetime. Number one. Number two, you can also access it through eLearn Markets mobile app. You can download the app and there also just log in and you will have your webinar, whatever webinars you have attended till now, you will have recording of that available. So friends, with this, it is participants like you for who we do these webinars. And the emails and stories we receive from participants around the globe bring us a lot of joy and fuel our mission to unleash your potential in financial markets, making it simple for you. I love hearing from listeners, and if you want to reach out or share your story or just say hi, and most importantly, ask questions which are related to this webinar, you can shoot me an email. My email ID is vineet@elearnmarkets.com. VINEET, Vineet@elearnmarkets.com. Or you can also send it to support@elearnmarkets.com. And we will make sure that we get all of these answered from Abhijit, though he is extremely busy in his schedule, but he has, as he has said repeatedly, he is an individual who goes the extra mile to help everyone with their answers. He has answered so many questions, which I think is a superhuman achievement today he has done. And he'll answer the remaining on email. Whatever queries are there on the chat, which people have already asked, and if something is missed, we'll also try that we dig out those which are not answered and we send you an email regarding that. So feel free to write us an email at the rate Vineet@elearnmarkets.com and support@elearnmarkets.com. Friends who have not yet filled in the feedback form, again, I request please fill in the feedback form. We are looking into each feedback very, very seriously. So with this, it's 4 o'clock. So we started in time and we are ending this webinar in time. 1,000 thanks to Abhijit for such a wonderful session. So with this, thanks everyone. Keep enjoying your life. Have a good trading week ahead after an awesome weekend. Thank you.